guys, this is CJ and I am the Blender Coder. Now last time I kind of, I don't know if this confused any of you, but when I pressed divide to make this by itself, the player wasn't there because I pressed divide. And to just get out of that, unpress divide. What it pretty much does is it puts our object alone, so when you press A to select everything and stuff like that, it only affects this object. So let's just undo that. And in this video, I will be teaching you some Python. So let us go into our player, and I am going to now this might be the I mean, you could go in and make a quick gun. I mean, I'm just going to pause the video for a sec while I load a gun out of another project I've made. So I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, one second. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go in camera view and I'm gonna pause the video. Okay guys, this is a gun I made in a another project. I'm just gonna press P to play to make sure. Oh yep. Okay, so once you've made your code, it kind of put it in the right spot. Mine does look a little small. What you're going to want to do is you want to do the exact same thing you did with the crosshair. So click on the gun, then shift click on the camera, and Control P, set parent to object. So I might make this gun downloadable, not too sure. If you want to have it, just tell me. Or not, I'll probably just make it downloadable, maybe, not too sure. But now that we did that, we can see that what just happened. Oh, look at that. When I appended it from the library, it took all these scripts with it too, and all this junk, so I'm just gonna click on my gun. One second guys, I'm gonna go check something. Okay guys, never mind, I can figure that out later. Okay, where were we? Yes. So, what's happening now? Okay, so, click on the handgun, shift click on the camera, Control P to set parent to object. Now, I'm just going to delete all of this, so you don't need to see any of that script yet. Because we're going to be recreating all of it. Okay. There we go. So, let's see, do I have anything that I've missed here? Any max ammo? Let's just get rid of that. Unlink. Okay. So, now we just have our gun here. You can see when we go into camera view, we move around, moves with us. Something we might want to fix is the color of the walls. So let's go into edit mode. Okay. Let's just press C to paint select. Let's just paint select all these walls. Okay, so now when we have them all selected, let's go into materials, press new, and I'm just going to make this the light purple color, and press a sign. Now you'll notice that these ones turn purple too. But that's because the first material always controls everything that doesn't have a color. So right now this doesn't have a color. So let's go into top view by pressing 7. Press 5 to go in perspective. Makes everything straight. Press A to deselect everything, and let's just select these inside boxes. Five. Okay. Now we have that selected. Let's press the plus sign, new, assign. Now you'll notice that when we go into our drag mode and press B, and we have this nice purple wall and this light floor, but the gun doesn't do anything. So let's change that. Okay, we have enough time. Do we have enough time? Yeah, we have enough time. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna want to do is yes, our gun is going to be playing an animation when we shoot, but we're probably going to cover the animation in a different video. But what we really want to do is these crosshairs is going to be our aiming thing. So let's just go in and name it crosshairs. Now I already have the gun named. Mine is called Makarov. Just for tutorial purposes, I'm going to rename it to gun. And so when we're in here, let's go ahead and make, well, okay, so let's not worry about anything else right now. Let's just make an enemy. So add cube, and when you're adding another NPC, non-controlled player, into the scene, you always want to go into physics, change static to character, and make it an actor, just like the player, except for we're not going to be controlling this guy. So character and actor, physics. Let's just add this collision box, bounds, and let's rename him to enemy with a capital E. Okay, so now that we've done all that, let's make a game property. So what this does when we make a game property is for whatever item we have selected, this is just going to be attached to it. So let's just leave it as a float, because what we're going to be doing with our crosshairs is it's going to be like pretty much shooting at a ray that you're not going to see, and whatever it hits, right, it's going to be looking for a property it has. So it doesn't matter what kind of property it is, it could be anything. So let's just leave it black. Yeah, let's just leave it as a float, and let's call this enemy, and then make another property and call this health, and make that an integer, and I'm just going to give my guy a health of 100. Okay, so now we're going to go back to a crosshairs. Press here to go into camera mode, and we're going to click on our crosshairs, and let's add a sensor. And what I was talking about earlier, set, add a ray sensor, add a race, wait, this is, one second, what the heck did I name crosshairs? Camera. Oh, I know what happened. I didn't press enter when I named it to crosshairs. Here we go. Crosshairs. Okay. So let's add a mouse sensor. So it's going to be sensing when we click on the left button, when we tap it. And let's add an actuator, but a ray sensor. Okay. Okay, after we've added our ray and mouse sensors, let's name them. So let's name this to left button, and this is important that you name it exactly how it is, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking for it in the code, and if they have two different names, then it's going to say error, because I have no idea what you're talking about, because Python is case spelling sensitive. Of course, if you say T-Rex instead of left button, it's going to have no idea what you're talking about. And, well, we can just leave this as Ray, but let's just have a capital R because I want to change things up. And we're going to be looking for, so this is the property we're going to be looking for, enemy. And on the y-axis, because y is our face. Now if you turn this at all, it's going to be facing a different way. So right now, the y-axis, if like we move it, right now it's facing this way, the y-axis. Of course, if we press R and then Z, then 180. Of course, it's still going to say it's facing this way, but it's going to start shooting it that way because of the way it was faced when we made it. So let's just RZ 180 again. Make sure it's on the Z-axis. Make sure it is at rotating on Y at 0. And let's see, I think we can check that here. So yes, rotation Y 0. Z 0. Make everything 0 on your rotation, and you will be fine. So now with that there, let's change our range. So if we say 0.01 range, it is going to be looking probably about right here for something. I don't know. I think it might be maybe about where the camera is. So we're not going to be able to. We're not going to have enough time to shoot the enemy if he's like right here, because then he'll kill us. So let's just change this range to something like 10,000. And let's close both those down. Go into add a controller, and this time we're not going to be connecting anything to it, so we're going to press add controller. We're going to be adding Python. Now I'm going to be showing you how to write the script, and I'm going to be explaining it. So let's just go in here, press templates, Python, game logic simple. So press control to zoom in. Then delete all this. Just delete everything in between main and own. There we go. So now so make sure you have the crosshairs selected, and well, you don't really have to have the crosshair selected, but you do want to have it when you're selected when you are in the logic editor. So not when you're writing the code, but when you're in the logic editor. So let's just change this to gun or shoot.py. Now if we have like more guns, we're probably going to want to make more than one script for each kind of gun. So instead of shoot, let's just name this let's go ahead and name this gun handgun. So we're going to have handgun with a capital G and a capital H. And then we'll have like machine gun and all that. So let's click back on here, and let's just change this to handgun.py. Handgun.py. Make sure it's a .py for Python. And now let's go into here. So this is going to be the code for this, but it's going to be in here. We don't have to do anything right now with the handgun, but we do have to do something with the crosshairs. So now what we're going to do is right here where it says own equals const.owner. I don't really know what, okay, this is what const stands for. Const is equal to BGE, so Blender Game Engine, .logic. Get the current controllers. So I'm guessing const stands for controllers. So whatever that is, it's getting all this in here. And see that? Add controller. This is the controllers. So it's going to get the controller and whatever it's connected to. It's going to be running all that. So now it's saying itself is equal to the controllers dot the owner, so it's going to look for the owner of the controllers, which is our crosshairs, and that's what own is equal to. So now let's say own, well not own, but we're gonna have to define the ray. So let's just name it ray. So this is what it's going to be called. Is equal to, you don't have to call it ray, but just so we're not confused when we're making the series, I think we should all name it ray. So ray is equal to own, right here, own, and then put these two here. What this is they are, I like to call them dictionaries, or some people call them libraries, lists. List is some kind of Python thing, and I believe dictionaries are too. So what it's going to be saying is, so since this is equal to the controllers, it's going to be looking in here. So whenever we say this, you got to put two quotations in here so it knows what it's looking for, and it's going to be looking for the ray controller. Or oh wait, hold on, not own ray, but okay. So when we do that, that means it's looking for a sorry, that means it's looking for a property, but we want it to be equal to cont.sensors. Sensors. So what this is it's looking in the controller panels, and it's looking for the sensors. See this? Well, it's going to be looking for the we want it to be looking for the ray sensor. So and we have to spell it the exact same way. So put these two in here, and so it's going to be creating a kind of list, and it's going to look in all of this to find a ray. So make sure your spelling is completely correct. And now let's move on to the mouse. So let's say left button, or we can say shoot button, shoot butt. Say shoot butt is equal to cont dot sensors, and then left button. So you might be wondering, up here these are the same, just because I just want this to be named it. This is named shoot butt, and this one's named left button because it's actually going to be looking for this. And this, we're just setting this variable equal to it, so they're not the same. So it's kind of like saying in algebra a equals 1. So 1 doesn't equal a equals 1. 1 could be equal to a depending on how you look at it, but so shoot butt is equal to this. It is not this, but it is equal to it, so it has the same. So we're making it so they have the same value. So I've already wasted 8 minutes on that. So now let's go into if statements. So pretty much it's just writing if shoot butt dot positive. So it's going to see if this is happening, and then let's add our little colon. So if shoot butt dot positive with a colon, and so pretty much we're saying if this is happening, then check if this is happening. So if ray dot positive, ray dot positive, positive, I make that mistake a lot. So now it's going to be saying, okay, so this is only positive if it hits something and it has the property enemy. So if that's true too, then target will be equal to, hold on. So if this is positive, so if the ray is positive, and then we're going to be looking for the target it's hitting. So whatever it's hitting, we're going to name it something. So I'm just going to name it target. So the thing it's hitting, we're naming it target, is equal to, I think it's ray.hit object. Ray.hit object. Let me just go look in one of my other projects. Yep, this is right. It's equal to ray.hit object. So this ray is the same ray that we have up here. So whatever the ray dot the hit object with a capital O. Make sure that O is capital. Then this time we're not going to add a colon, but we're just going to go over press enter. So it target is equal to what the hit object of the ray is, and then target health. So now it's going to be searching this. So whenever you just use the brackets, it's looking for a property. So it's going to be looking for the property health in whatever we hit, and it's going to be minus equal. So what this does is it's saying it's equal to let's just say 50. What just happened? I have no idea. 50. So what it's going to say is it's minusing. So when you say minus equal, it's pretty much subtracting 50. So let's just go into our guy right here. And we can see that he has health is equal to 100. If we press this I and we go into game and then show debug properties, when we press P, it's going to show its health up there in the corner. Don't know if you could see that. It was right here, so just look right here. And it says enemy, the object, and then health. Okay, so you gotta press this I to make it show up. And it has 100 health. It's gonna be subtracting 50. So let's go into our guy, and let's just press P. Click, and you can see that the health goes down. So if we click over here, the health doesn't go down. Click, 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 click. Click on this guy, health goes down. So right now, he doesn't die if it equals 0. So we can actually define that in here. So we can, well actually, let's not define that in here, let's define that inside the enemy. So let's add an always sensor. So what this says is pretty much what it says. It's always going to be running this property. So always, let's make another Python. And then just go into templates. Don't press plus, just go into templates and it'll make one for you. Templates, game logic simple. And then delete this. And then say health is equal to own, and then quotation marks because we're looking for a property health, and then say if health is less than or equal to 0, then we are going to what are we going to do? Oh yeah, we're going to end hold on, I think it's end object. Might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Let's just test it out. Yep, nope. Let's go into our window, toggle system. Okay, nothing was wrong. Okay, so let's not just put that in here. Okay, let's just actually do. Oh, that was the problem. We weren't running the script. In logic simple. Get rid of that again. Get rid of that. Then say, well, I'm going to pause the video while I write this. Okay, there we go. I think we might have to add it own in there. Own.end object. Okay, so what I forgot to do is I forgot to tell it to run the script. And I changed this to enemy health with capital E and capital H. So now if we press P, and okay, let's check what bugs we have. That did not help me. Down here. Oh. Okay, we have no bugs. Well, at least it's saying we don't. Pretty sure we do though. So if own is less than or equal to 0, then I want you to, let's get rid of this. Well, I'm going to pause the video while I check out the problem. Okay guys, I'm so sorry for wasting time with that other nonsense. Let's actually just get rid of all of this and unlink it. It'll delete it, so now we're back in the handgun. So let's say if target health is less than or equal to 0, then ray dot hit object dot end object with a don't forget to add these parentheses here. See if I have any spelling errors. No, I don't. So this should work. There we go. So now when we shoot the guy, it kills him. There you go. There's your simple enemy. I think mine is getting really laggy because of the screen recorder. But there you have it. Next we can animate the gun and add a gun sound. So see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave any questions in the comment section.